if you're a Celsius investor, how should you report the losses that you're experiencing? And the reason there's some complexity on this is because the Celsius events occurred at the beginning of the year. What do I mean? In 2022, Celsius closed and filed for bankruptcy. But then at the beginning of 2023, Mashinsky, the man who ran Celsius, was indicted for a financial crime. And then at the beginning of 2024, Celsius bankruptcy administrator started to do payouts to people who had assets in on Celsius. So this is actually a pretty quick time frame, but because it's at the beginning of a year, it kind of complicates how we want to prepare a tax return. So you could claim a Ponzi loss scam on Form 4684 Part C. It's not that Celsius was a Ponzi scam, but that's what we call it. It's the Bernie Madoff write-off. But basically, he was indicted for financial crime, and as a result, it creates a safe harbor in the tax code where you don't have to prove that this loss occurred. The indictment is considered sufficient evidence that the fraud occurred, and therefore supports you claiming a tax fraud loss for the amount. But it's limited to only 75% of loss of your investment in the assets. Now, you could claim that, but then the problem is that at the beginning of 2024, we actually have the payouts. Now, the payout was not a 75% loss. It was only a 30% loss. And that would be, at that point, a bankruptcy loss. If you have lost value of assets as a result of bankruptcy, what's happening with Celsius is that you're getting back 30% less of the assets that you had invested in them. There may be a gain involved there. So your choice is, if I go with the financial scam loss, Form 4684 Part C, then I have to pay back because I would have claimed more of a deduction. And then in 2024's tax return, which you file next year, you're going to have to pay it back to the IRS using the 4684 Part C deduction is a safe harbor. It means it doesn't invite excess scrutiny from the IRS. But why do you want to go to the point where you get an excess tax write-off and then have to pay it back the next year? A lot of people are just saying, forget the fraud scam. Let's just go straight to the bankruptcy terms where it's very clear, it's very clean, it's very defendable. I had this much in Celsius, I got paid back 30% less later, and I experienced some sort of loss, whatever it's measured, and you report on your tax return for 2024, which you file in 2025. That's probably the cleanest route, and you'll probably prefer that better than to treat it as gain next year when your tax gains may be high because of the bull market. Did that confuse you? Could be. Why don't you give us a call at CryptoTaxAudit.com and schedule a call with any one of us, and we can explain that in a little more detail and in your situation what would be the best approach to take. And remember, make money, pay taxes, and make more money.
Thank you very much for listening to today's show, and I hope you enjoy it. Please give us comments. We would love to respond to any questions you give us. You have tax questions that we can apply to. We will try to address it in future shows. Please hit like, subscribe, follow. Thank you. Have a great day.
The Clinton Donnelly Show, where we explore how taxation and regulations of cryptocurrencies affect your daily life as an investor. Clinton is one of the top experts in crypto taxation in the US. Clinton has a law degree in international financial regulation. He is an enrolled agent and certified as a cryptocurrency anti-financial crime specialist. This show is sponsored by CryptoTaxAudit.com, the income tax experts for US crypto investors. Go to CryptoTaxAudit.com to learn more and schedule a private tax consultation now. The opinions expressed in this show are not legal advice. Tax and regulations are complicated. Your situation is unique, so you should always consult a tax professional.